What was it that I needed again? Where am I gonna get all of this?
The Co-op store has everything a student needs. The Co-op store, the largest supply of IUP and Crimson Hawk merchandise in the universe.
Coach, your team is 24-2, PSAC West champions. How did you get to this point this season?
I think there's a number of factors with our group. I think offensively, I think this is a group that really shares the basketball, that is committed to hitting the open man, moving the ball, making the extra pass, being very unselfish, passing up the good shot to get the great one. And I think that's had a lot to do with it. I think secondly, it's a group that's committed to playing hard on defense. You don't get to this point without defending and rebounding. And I think we've done a solid job of guarding and holding people to one shot. But I think the most important factor is with this group are the intangibles. They have a capacity to overcome outside circumstances and challenges, and they have a focus and a vision of where they want to be, where they wanted to go, and I think pretty determined not to let outside circumstances and challenges, whether it be traveling, getting there late to a game, or whatever it might be, prevent them from achieving what they want to do. And I think the other intangible is it's just a very close-knit group. And I don't use this word loosely at all, Tony. I mean, I think they genuinely love and care about each other. They love playing together. They love coming to practice. They have a team-first mentality. And so, you put those things together, and I think that's what, I think embodies this team.
You have an average margin of victory of close to 20 points a game. You have one game that you haven't won by double figures this year. How do you keep them on that one game at a time approach?
And I give all the players all the credit for that. Once again, it's a very focused group. We have a little saying that we use, see a little, see a lot, see nothing. And so we try to just really stay in the moment. We try to talk just about the next game, the next opponent, the next challenge, the next opportunity. We try not to look backwards a whole lot. We try not to dwell on the future and, games down the road, or if we win, this happens. We don't talk about winning or losing. We just talk about right now, working hard, trying to really, and I think this group does that. They get that. They're seniors, they're veterans, they're very focused, and so they do a really good job of staying in the moment and tackling what's in front of them.
Those 5 seniors, including the 4 starters, how have they impacted this team?
Oh, in so many ways, so many ways. All of them are just, in their own way, impacted IUP basketball. They are leaders. As I mentioned before, it's a very selfless group. And I think they've demonstrated that to our freshmen and underclassmen. And, they're willing to do whatever it takes for the team to be successful. They're very coachable, but they're very committed, very passionate group. And it just has rubbed off on everybody. When they come out to practice, they're ready to go. Our practices are very competitive. They want to get better. They want to do well. So, I mean, I could just go on and on about this group and the different factors that have made them special. They're just so great to coach because of how committed they are.
Lindsay Stamp averaging 20 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, very efficient offensive player. How impressive has she been this year?
I think she's had, to this point, a tremendous year, and I think she has a lot more to do. I don't think the final chapters have been written in her story. I think there's more for her to do as we end the regular season and move into the playoffs. But one of the things that I think has made her special this year is, she's always been a scorer, but she has become a very versatile player, very unselfish player, and she just that has made, not only has she enabled her to have success, but it has elevated our team as well. She's our leading rebounder, really competes on the defensive glass, and she's had multiple games where she's had a couple charges, and the other night against UPJ she came up with 8 steals and impacted the game with her defense that way. Senior night she comes down on the break and makes a nice no-look pass to Lisa Burton, who finishes the layup. She's finding her teammates, so I think she's grown over her career here, from this player who could score the basketball to somebody who can play the game. And I think there's no greater compliment than you can say to somebody, she can play. She can play. And that means they're versatile. They impact the game in a lot of ways. And it's, as opposed to she can really score,
Marita Matthews having a great senior season. How did she get to be such a strong point guard this year?
Well, I think Marita came to IUP with such a strong base and such a strong work ethic. You don't play for Dave Woodall and come out of the Indiana program not being fundamentally sound and knowing how to play the game. So she came in here with a really good base. And you combine that with the work ethic that she has, she just continued to get better and better and better. And since I've arrived, she's been a tremendous leader for us, and where we have challenged her and, to really be a vocal leader. Because sometimes she just wants to lead by example, and she does that beautifully. And I think that's where she has grown the most. She's become a vocal leader on the floor, off the floor. She's had games where, her assist, 7 assists, no turnovers, 6 assists, 1 turnover. And so I think she really has found that balance as the year has gone on between distributing the ball, making the right decisions, running the team, get us into the offense, but never forgetting that I'm a capable scorer too. She can score the basketball. She's a really good shooter, and we want her to shoot the ball. I want her to be a double-figure scorer and still do all those other things that we're asking her to do. I think we're a better team when she's scoring the basketball as well.
You signed 3 players early. Can you talk a little bit about each one of them?
Yep, signed Brittany Robinson and Kendall Hunter. Both are 5'10", 5'11", athletic, long, possess great length. Brittany's from the Harrisburg area. Brittany's from the Harrisburg area. Kendall's from Northern Virginia, Paul VI High School. Both are versatile. Are going to be good for us in the way we like to play and defend, and can play multiple positions, can run the floor. I think are going to impact us early. And then we signed a local player from Greensburg Central Catholic by the name of Carolyn Appleby, who's a versatile guard, can really score the basketball, is a just tough competitor, bulldog, You know, she gets after you, just loves to compete, and she will make our backcourt stronger next year as well. So we've got 3 good ones that we really like, and you know, we're open to, if there's, you know, somebody in the late signing period that's out there that can, you know, we think is a good fit. We think we could sign one more.
Yeah, you start the playoffs on Tuesday night, the PSAC tournament. What do you see out there in the PSAC tournament?
We just know it's very, very competitive every night. So we are glad that we got the bye this week. We'll practice hard, get ready, get healthy, and then be able to play Tuesday night in front of our fans here, which I think is special. So we're guaranteed at least one more game in front of our home crowd and our players' families and friends and classmates. So hoping we get a big crowd out here Tuesday night. But the PSAC top to bottom is, you know, just so competitive. There's so many good teams and everybody's capable. So we expect nothing but, you know, fierce competition all the way through. And, you know, looking forward to get rolling.